No, they are just going to lock in all their own champions. No worries. So that is going to be on in the mid lane. We've got Kalista top and the Trundle in the jungle with the old Senator Kench towards the bottom lane. A combination that we've seen very, very often as Griffin are swapping around their champions.
Risky position.
Yep. And Kiin now just keeping his eye out here in the jungle.
Kalista, of course, is going to have priority there. And with Tarzan not around, that's when you know he'll be able to get aggressive.
Facebreaker comes in, all in, searing charges to get himself out of the way. Yukal runs on over. Haymaker not going to get any kill threat onto All In, who just continues walking up topside. Flash from All In into the Baron pit. But he's not out of the woods just yet. Kiin comes on over. Doesn't have Fate's Call or anything like that, nor is he CC options. Tarzan moving towards the top side. Kiin going to move on out, but that's the flash from Sword. They know that Kiin doesn't have his available, and the harpoon's landed. That is going to mean that Sword grabs the first blood against Kiin.
Down the bottom lane is actually going to tip them off onto this, as the smite was really close, to be honest.
Yep, Piercing Darkness comes in. Dredgeline actually avoided there by a great devour from Jelly, but that might mean the end of his life, and it does. So Afrika do manage to pick up the Drake, but another kill goes to Griffin.
XP with no pressure at all. He's going to TP now, though, as they're coming in here to try to fight.
Oh, the pillar just says no, as there's the equalizer. It has to be walked on here by all of Afrika. Fate's Call comes out to center, already removed from this fight, as that's a great ulti out of the on. The face straight breaker onto 4, though, as Kiin is going to bite the dust. All In says, I am done with this team fight, and he is going to get out, but the rest of his team not going to be so lucky.
Up pretty nicely on the gold. You can see they're about 2,000 behind. Now they're less than 1,000 with that play. Just picking up the 2 Drakes, but they are going to be collapsed upon here.
Yep, there's the knockup onto Spirit. Kiin will be able to jump over the wall, but they immediately get rid of Tarzan, and the Fate's Call is going to be utilized. Sword having to get out of there. And you can see that Spirit, he wanted nothing to do with this. Kiin has a long way that he can run. There's no turret here to be worried about. As Kiin walks down that red carpet, Sword realizes that he can't check
at this point, and what a better chance than to go after Sword.
That's an equalizer. Tarzan looks for the knockup, doesn't quite get it, as there's the Dawning Shadow. Tarzan goes into his ultimate. Should be a trade back of the kill, as there's the ulti out of the on from downtown, in fact, is now Mystic looking to try and keep himself alive. Iroh does the same thing, as there's the Killer Instinct. Jelly going to devour Mystic to keep him alive.
Mid lane, there's really no wave clear at all for Griffin, so they're just going to actually move in and try to dive here.
Yep, Facebreaker onto Jelly. He's going to eat the Grey Health, but rather early. He's still just wandering out of this one as Spirit looking to try and collapse in. Teleport comes down as Kiin has just respawned. He's looking to try and collapse. And remember, Fate's Call is still... No, it's not available just yet. There's a good pillar. That's going to get the flash out from Iroh, who buffers the dredge line very nicely. All ults are available across the board. As Yukal, perfect flanking position as he does pick up Mystic. Devour is fantastic, though, and the exhaust is going to keep everyone alive. Horn comes in, big knockup, but only onto Sword. As the Drake is taken, Iroh has no stopwatch. Fate's Call now for the re-engage, but unable to find Tarzan, despite that being a decent pillar of filth. And Yukal finds himself on the wrong side of history right there as his former team takes him down. And now Afrika move towards the outer turret, or maybe just the Baron.
Yeah, the equalizer that time around is not very effective. We got a bunch of water-type Pokemon over here, and the fire did really not that much. And the Devourer was perfect. Afrika,
they do want to be able to take this one down, and Spirit, maybe a little bit hasty, is going to start it off already. Now Griffin going for the engage. It's onto All In, though. Not exactly a priority target, as Tarzan going to be taken down very, very low. Good equalizer this time, however, as Mystic gets himself the Dawning Shadow. All In is still alive somehow, guys.
Oh, he got it.
And now the Ocean Soul comes in, and Afrika should be able to just roll over the top of this Griffin roster. Flash has to be used to get Tarzan out of the way. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Viper uses his Killer Instinct, gets over the wall. A flash from Jelly into the Death Chamber. But it's still going to be the Kai'Sa falling down, and All In teleported top lane, I think. That was strange.
Yeah,
Not sure what he was doing there.
Well, he backed, I think, because he was ultra low, and then the fight was already over. So I think he just TP'd up to the top side, wanted to push for this upcoming Baron fight. And that was much closer. Well, fight with the Baron. not with the Griffin. But yeah, that was much closer. All In almost died there. It was a really great Dawning Shadows from Mystic to keep him alive. Unfortunately, Viper really wasn't able to find an angle into that fight, though, to do, backline damage. He wasn't able to do that, Kaisa Dream, which is always like the
Still acting as a battering ram for the next 10 seconds. Onto this inhibitor turret, another minion wave on its way, but it's going to take a little while before it's going to get here. 2 seconds on the clock, and it might just be enough here. As Afrika, Kiin just wanders on in, we'll be able to take down the turret, and Griffin say, nope, no fight for us.
They say you've run out of Baron buff. We're only going to take 1 inhibitor of damage.
For Griffin, but that control ward in the back of the pit is a good one for Afrika. Mystic over to the side, you can see that Afrika, they just want to start a fight here, to be perfectly honest, as Tarzan caught by the pillar. And Afrika pull away from the Elder Drake and ask Griffin just to do that again. Because to be perfectly honest, Afrika with an Ocean Soul triple stack, they're going to get so much of their health back so incredibly quickly. Not to mention Mystic raining down heals on top of them as well. As All-In just needs to stay out of this fight. Yukal's back in base. Teleport's available, but that still has to channel, remember. As they pull the Elder out of the pit. I don't know what Griffin are going to be able to do to get in here apart from just go for a 50-50. No vision available as they took down that control ward. Still, health bar's relatively low here. But remember, they can come back up very, very quickly if they're able to auto-attack their opponents. Now the Ornhorn comes in. We're trying to buy some space as another equalizer is in a good position for Griffin. And Yukal does find his position in the backside. Mystic going to go golden, but the set is going to immediately die. It's a double kill for the Orners. Tarzan has to go golden. Viper dives into the backline. Can he do the impossible? The answer's no, because he's so sleepy. The exhaust on top of him is going to seal his fate against the Afrika Freaks. And now Kiin says, this one's over, boys. I'm teleporting and I'm finishing this game.
Yep, game absolutely over now. Jelly Kiin and All-In going all in onto the Nexus. That will be Afrika picking up the 2-0 tonight. After that play, the equalizer was good that time, but that's what we call too little, too late. Was not able to do much, as they're even going to stick around to bully Sword a little bit more. Pick up that kill once again. Are they going to stick around for Irove? Yes, they will.
You've got to pad them stats. You know what I'm saying? Not going to be able to get him
damage.
Nexus is not going to survive for long enough, so 7,000 gold to lead in the end, and Afrika get the 2-0.
Away.